What's going on? So it looks like a couple people are on here. We're probably not going to get a whole lot of people on this first one. It's been a while since we've done this, but feel free to share. Get other people on here. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Yeah, they heard our voices. Yeah. Hey guys, chill out. Can everybody hear us? Whoever's on here? Hey! Cool. So, Jay asked, did you fix those panels? At what percentage are they running? Yeah, so for those of you that know, our solar panels got crushed in this last storm that came through here, and we did rebuild our solar rack that holds them all. 2, maybe 3 of the panels suffered some damage, but we have them all back up and running. It's been a terrible weather here in the Northeast, so we haven't even had a sunny day since it's happened, so we don't know at what capacity they're really working. But we're up and running with the solar stuff anyways. So yeah, for those that, hey, maybe we can get the dogs to chill out. So this was our idea here. We're gonna hopefully start doing this if people are interested every Wednesday night. And we'll just kind of go through and recap our PCT hike, watch our videos as we go through, and share some more, because I feel like there's so much in the videos that was missed. Just more details and stuff. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them in the live chat there. We'll answer as much as we can. Could be a good tool for somebody planning a hike or just wants more information about it. So yeah, hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully all the technical stuff works out. It's kind of hard to do, so we'll see how it works. But hey, can you go lay down? Can you go lay down? Cool. All right. So what's also really cool about this is we have not gone back and watched. We probably watched like 1 or 2 videos, maybe of the Sierra.
Mm-hmm. We tried to watch the first one. We were cringing too much.
Yeah, this might be kind of cringy. Our first video is pretty rough. It's
taking the dog collar off.
It was our first time ever making videos and stuff, so it's rough. But we'll go through it and we'll just kind of react to it and see what's going on.
At our naivete.
What?
Our naivete. How naive we were.
Oh. All right, so I guess we should get right into it. Let's cringe at our first PCT video. I guess before we get into that, for people that don't know, even though there's not a whole lot of people on here, luckily this will be uploaded to YouTube so everybody can see. I guess for those of you that don't know what kind of got us to hiking the PCT, you can kind of talk about it because you have a longer story than I do.
Yeah. So in 2018, I decided to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, and I started in May, and it was a totally different experience from what we experienced. And I ended up making it to Truckee, which is about mile 1400, and I had to get off for like personal reasons. And ever since I quit, like all I wanted to do was get back, and I always dreamed of finishing a through hike. Then I met Sam, and from the moment that we met, I always told him, I was like, we need to through hike. I'm going to. So like, if you want to come, you can. He was totally down. He always wanted to do the Appalachian Trail. So initially, instead of doing the PCT, I had my heart set on the PCT, but Sam wanted to do the Appalachian Trail, and we're like, well, just to see what happens, we'll try the lottery. It's kind of hard to get a permit for the PCT. So I ended up getting one, and Sam did not. So we were waiting. We're like, okay, we'll do the Appalachian Trail then. And then for some reason, Sam went on and checked, and he got a permit for like around the same start date that I got mine.
It was the day after yours.
Yeah.
There was one day off.
And
just randomly there was one open.
We were in the car, I remember it. He's just like freaking. He's like, oh my gosh, should I do it? I'm like, do it. So he did, like, we felt the pressure of like, to do it quickly.
This was about a week before we left.
Right.
We
Before
were going to
planning
be
on...
leaving for the AT in about a week.
Yeah, we like told work and everything. We're like, we're going to hike the Appalachian Trail. Told our friends and family we're going to hike the Appalachian Trail. Even Sam's dad was going to drive us all the way down to the Appalachian Trailhead to Springer. And yeah, last minute, we got another PCT permit. We're like, okay, we're going to California then. So I was really happy about it. I think Sam had his heart set on the AT, but...
Well, I still do.
Still do. I
wasn't opposed to the PCT. I think just ever since I was a kid, when I found out about the AT when I was, 10 years old, it's always been the thing I wanted to do. And I always knew that the PCT is probably grander views, and which it is, and all that stuff. But the AT is just our home trail, and I wanted to hike from Georgia to home.
Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to finish what I had completed before and see something different since we live in New England. We're used to the Appalachian Mountains. But...
Yeah. So Mariah's done the first 1,200 miles of the PCT twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. PCT greater than AT, or it depends. I don't know. We haven't hiked the AT. We hiked the last 100 miles of it just after the PCT, and it was great, but very different. Just the feel of the trail, everything. It's just a very different thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can see if you're from out west why you'd think the AT isn't that cool.
Mm-hmm.
But being around here, we're woodsy people. We really just like the dense forest and all that stuff. So, and he also asked, is it difficult to get a PCT permit? Yes, it's luck though. They give out 50 permits a day from from March 1st till May 31st.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 90 days that they give out 50 permits a day, and those filled up pretty much immediately when we tried.
Well, I think they start in, I think it's November. They give out 30 permits, and everyone goes on, and it's a random lottery that they just like put you in line for it.
Yeah, it might even be more. I think they only give out 10 on the second date. It's something
like that.
Yeah.
So then, all those spots fill up very quickly. And then in January, I think it was like January 11th, that they give out the rest of the permits for each day, which may have been like 10 or 15, something like that. And that's when we did it, was the second go around, because we didn't realize that they did it twice.
Well, we also didn't know if we were even going to do it until...
Yeah. We
aren't these planners that are like PCT 2022 back in 2020. We were like PCT 22.
Like, are we doing
it's
it?
It's 2022.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all luck of the draw. It doesn't matter how early you get into it. It's just totally random when you get your spot.
Yeah. So anyways, so from there on out, we got the PCT permit and we pivoted. We already had our food, we had our fuel, we had everything for the first section. And for several reasons, it seemed easier to and more of an adventure to take a train. And it only cost us $120 a person, I think, to go from Boston to San Diego on the train. So we took a 4-day train ride all the way to San Diego, which is a whole adventure in itself. But we won't get too into that. And then we ended up in San Diego the day before our start date. So that was pretty incredible to just be there, and we'll kind of see what day one looks like. And this first video is from the border to Julian, so 77 miles of the trail. I do apologize. This is our first time creating video, so we filmed with our phones upright, makes a cropped video. The sound quality is horrible. Sorry. We had never done this before, so every Wednesday the videos will probably get better.
Mm-hmm. Fun little side story to when we got to San Diego. We had no idea how we were going to get to the trail, and it was the night before we were supposed to start, and I look on Facebook and a girl had posted saying, "Hey, I'm starting March 7th from San Diego, driving to Campo. If anyone needs a ride, let me know." So I messaged her. I was like, "We need a ride," and it was Firecracker, and we actually, her and her mom brought us to the trailhead, and we ended up hiking the first 700 miles with her, which is a fun little fun fact. Yeah. You can trust strangers on the trail. Don't do it in life usually, but on the trail it's usually okay.
All right, well, we're already 20 minutes in, so let's get into it.
Wow.
Arla, can you go lay down? Having dogs is fun. They're great. All right, so let's see if I can get this up on the screen, and we will start the first video. There it is. Campo to Julian. Are you excited to see this for the very first time?
Here we have the wall. Looks a lot different from the first.
Put your hand through it.
I'm starting in Mexico.
We're excited.
We're so
You're at
giggly.
the southern border. Here's the wall.
Yeah.
Being all
So big.
on the camera.
It's so big. We're gonna walk right up the hill over here to the monument.
It was so windy
And then
that
so
day,
begins our
too.
journey.
You'll see once we get up to the monument. I think you can
Yeah.
hear what we're saying.
Here we go. This is it.
No clue what we're saying. Do you think the closed captioning will work?
It's not.
We sent from Mexico to start. This is the terminus. This is the monument.
There's the wall.
And we are.
I've been getting paid
Oh, we have to watch
$1,000
ads.
a month, if
Sorry,
not
guys.
more, just
We
from
have
this
ads
app.
on.
It's so
And I don't know if you
Sorry,
can see
make
this, but
fun.
it's called
Oh,
Audible.
I can skip it.
Okay?
There's a very nice man from the Pacific Trail Association just giving us L&T facts, gave us stickers and hiking tags, which is cool. His truck's right over there. Nice little stand. He gave me a black
And
Ziploc
that's
bag
north.
to
We're going
put like
north.
toilet paper in, and I used it the entire trail.
Oh yeah, you did use
From
your
the-
wag bag
From the beginning
from
of
Campo.
the very, very beginning that guy in the van gave to me
Oh, for the toilet paper.
to put my used toilet paper in. And I used it. He's like, can you
They want you to
please-"
pack out all of your toilet paper on the PCT, and I will be the first one to say that 95% of people don't do that. They bury it in their cat hole because toilet paper degrades pretty well. Maybe not so in the sensitive areas like the desert, but once you're out of the desert,
I carried mine out.
Mariah did it the whole time.
And
But
a lot of
nobody
other-
else we knew
yes,
did.
Yes, they did. I can name quite a few people who did.
I did too.
No, really, a lot of people did. And whatever. Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
But
that is a thing to consider on the PCT is your poop situation. You gotta bury it and pack out the toilet paper is the rules.
that's
Are
it.
you ready to start? The first step? Do it. Let's go.
That's quite a moment.
What?
Yeah. How big my backpack was.
Here we go.
This is my life now.
This is our life for 5 months.
Little
Just
did we know
walking.
how long 5 months
See you
is.
later, Mexico.
Sounds
Yeah.
like, oh, just
Sorry
5
for
months.
partying.
It feels like a lifetime.
Yeah, it's interesting there because for Mariah starting out, she knows what 1,200 miles of hiking is, which is only not even half the PCT, but I have no idea. So for me, and anybody starting off a through hike, there's no way to imagine how long it really is. I mean, you just think, I'm going to be doing this for 5 months. You try to conceive what that looks like, how much walking it is, and you can't. It's like infinite.
Yeah, even when we were at halfway, we're like, we're only halfway. Like, oh, we have to do this over again.
I think that'll be a huge, if and when we do another big hike, it'll be interesting to go into a through hike knowing how long, 2,500, 3,000 miles is.
Yeah.
The ignorance was kind of bliss, honestly. It just, I was like, we're going to Canada. It's going to be really long, but whatever.
Yeah, we have a better idea of what that really means.
Totally. So it's an overwhelming thing to take your first steps on the PCT.
First water source.
Oh, you'll see. This is
First water
Firecracker.
source.
We're excited.
No underwear.
Yeah. That water source is the last one until you get to the little soda shop.
Yeah.
It's the last one for like 14 miles, and there's a lot of people that have to get rescued out because they don't bring enough water from that water source.
What's the malt shop called? Where is that? Lake Morena.
Lake Morena.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we set off thinking that we were going to do a 20-mile day all the way to Lake Morena on day 1.
It was a huge climb to Lake Morena.
Yeah, and we didn't start until like noon. And we ended up just kind of taking it easy, and we ended up doing, well, you'll see.
We found a surprise water source.
I don't think I filmed a whole lot, but This is going down into Hauser Creek here.
Yeah. So that big mountain, you have to climb up that to get to Lake Marina. And right here, there was like a little tiny water source that must dry up, very soon after this. That was a lifesaver for us, honestly. We were happy to have it. It allowed us to camp.
Yeah, a lot of people. Sorry for stopping it so often. I know you guys probably just want to see what's going on, but this is the first 15 miles down into Hauser Creek, which is the low area that you can see in the valley there. Mm-hmm. And apparently they put in a button, an SOS button, because it's a 20-mile water carry right off the bat on the PCT. Except for when we started, there was a trickle. It wasn't listed anywhere. Firecracker just heard it in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Just like, I hear water.
But once it was 90 degrees out, people were getting down into Hauser Creek, 15 miles in, no water, and hitting the SOS button. There was a ton of rescues out of there.
Yeah.
What?
That's when they found it. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
You guys were like, there's water.
Water.
Such a pretty first night, though.
Right. But you can see it's getting late. Like, we wouldn't have been able to do that climb.
Oh, you're videoing too.
Oh, that's embarrassing and cute.
Hi.
We're so happy.
Everything was
Giggling.
Wow.
So this is pretty cool. For those of you that didn't watch the videos, which I'm assuming most of you did, if you're here, we did this for pretty much every single day of the PCT, which was a cool way to look back at the days and how far we were actually traveling. So Hauser Creek's down in there somewhere. Yeah.
The bottom of that.
And that was day 1, 15 miles.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Say good morning.
It was so cold.
Yeah, I did not sleep well.
Day
As
2.
you can tell, I don't look
It's a chilly morning.
very good.
Got down to like 30 last night.
Mariah was freezing.
Yeah.
But we're good.
We're good. Excited.
We
So I had a
camped at,
20-degree
where
sleeping
we
bag.
camped?
Foster Creek.
Hauser Creek.
Someone.
There's no creek, it was dried up. We were planning on making it 20 miles to
Malt shop.
the malt shop at Lake Marina, but we didn't start hiking until like noon yesterday, so we did 15 miles. Good first day.
5 miles to the
So 5 miles now to Lake Marina.
the burritos.
Yeah, apparently there's breakfast burritos, so we'll see.
Day 2.
Oh my goodness, so many ads.
The desert's pretty beautiful. It's not really a desert.
It's a lush desert.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
Cool.
Cool.
I like how Sam's wearing the same melly.
I haven't taken it off. It was just the first half of the second day, I think. We did that big climb, which kind of wrapped us down towards this lake where there was a malt shop. Pleasant surprise. I guess it wasn't a surprise. We knew what was coming.
But it's
What we got?
Chorizo, egg, bacon, potato, breakfast burritos,
Woo!
orange juice, and hot sauce.
Yeah.
So good.
Lake Marina, mile 20-ish.
Mile 20-ish.
Mile
Already
20.
getting town food.
Day 2. Already getting town food. We're spoiled.
So spoiled.
Now there are 15 miles to bang out today.
Started early this morning, so.
I'm so pale, God.
Do we actually get 20
You're
miles
good.
done the second day?
Doing good.
Well, that's 20 miles into
Oh, look
the
at
whole
that.
trail.
What? No, we said we had 15 miles left to go for the day. But we'd already done 5. I wonder if we did. Did you see the sign? 26:40
Yeah.
to Canada.
We've done 21 miles.
21 miles.
So cool.
Many more to go.
We're pretty much
Malt
through
shop's where
hikers.
we first met Paul.
I love these areas in the desert, the kind of meadowy areas. They were very brown after we went through. I saw videos of people behind us and it was very brown, but
Yeah.
it was all green when we went through. Oh, and the manzanitas. So pretty. This area after Lake Marina, I remember, was like, if it had been hot out, it would be brutal there. There's like no shade.
That's how it was the first time I went there. It was absolutely miserable. It was very nice when we went there, though.
Water in the desert.
There is water out here.
can even hear it. There's a frog you can hear down there.
Kitchen Creek, right?
The desert
think
is
so.
alive.
Which is the first place we camped for the fall.
Yep. This was a really cool camp spot.
Really cool.
It's funny looking back at this. It's like, it seems like we had accomplished so much by the time we got there, but it was only day 2.
Yeah, it really did. I feel like the desert seemed to be like the longest section in my memory, even though I know it's not.
Yeah.
Whoa. Today's day 3. Yesterday we did 15 miles. Today's plan is to do 20. Julian's
did
coming up
15
in
yesterday?
40 miles.
Mm.
And yeah, we're stoked. It was a cold night.
Oh,
So
I could-
cold at night and
this,
very warm during the day.
Yeah,
This
there's like
night will
ice
be
on our
interesting.
tent, some condensation. The second you get in the sun, feels so good.
So good.
This
Cool,
is our
so-
first moment in the sun.
Yeah.
We're really happy.
First 20-mile day. Should be able to do it. Feeling okay.
Yeah, we
Couple
camped.
blisters developing, but not bad.
Not bad. We camped next to a creek yesterday. It was like the first like really good water source that we found. And there were frogs in it and all sorts of wildlife. And it was like a little oasis in the desert.
Yeah. Check it out. Go. Walk. Check it out. Looks pretty.
Let's check it out.
Yeah. Look at my backpack.
we had a lot of stuff.
So much stuff. We were talking about it, like I had a lot of clothing, which I wore all of, but that's because I had such a not appropriate sleeping bag to how cold it was.
Look at that. Snow.
So,
This must be, so for those of you that aren't familiar, this, the first town actually shows up around mile 30 maybe, Mount Laguna. We didn't plan on going there. This is, I think, getting pretty close to it if there's snow. So a lot of people choose to do a 30-mile section for their first section to take it easy. But we chose not to. We thought that we could push through till Julian without any issues, which I think you'll see coming up. We did have some issues. But yeah, it's a good option that is there. Most people that went said they regretted it, but because it was like crazy expensive and like accommodations were
great.
bad, and so I don't think we missed anything. But anyways, yeah, you hit Mount Laguna pretty early on. I split the days up, I guess. Yeah.
it's a lot of climbing.
Yeah, it was all uphill.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh yeah, this is the first half of the day. That's up to where Mount Laguna is. The town's like right over there. Because you're kind of following that road the whole
Right,
way.
I found moss on a cedar tree in the snow
So
in the
excited.
spring. Are we in California or are we in New Hampshire? What's going on?
Doesn't seem very deserty to me.
No. Right at home.
You're such dorks.
We still are.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so windy.
So windy.
The wind plays a huge role in our hike throughout the desert, as we'll see as we work our way through the videos. For those of you watching, make sure you're hitting the like button. It helps these videos do better and all that stuff. So
Please.
do that. For the whopping 12 of you. When we were on the trail and we did live streams, we'd have like 200 people watching. But you know,
We're more relevant then.
yeah, we're irrelevant now.
How many people are watching?
12.
Hey, Mariah.
Oh.
Hi.
This is miserable.
It's the morning of day 4. Things are getting weird. Remember in our gear video where I said I was hesitant to bring up a blow-up sleeping pad? Well, At 10 o'clock last night, I was on the ground. My sleeping pad has popped.
Devastating.
Devastating. So we're gonna figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? We have about 30 miles to Julian, so maybe hitch there early, get a new sleeping pad, or fix it.
I'm currently camped like right off the road to either go to Julian or Mount Laguna. Or we could walk.
Or we could walk and I could spend the night without a sleeping pad.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll see how we feel.
Yeah. My legs are hurting a lot.
No.
The struggle was
were,
real
yeah.
on day 3.
But it's so beautiful.
This is day 4 now, I think.
We'll see.
0 or bust.
Tune in
What do
next
we
time.
do?
We made a decision.
We made a decision. And it's to hike.
We're just gonna hike.
And we're so happy that we are.
Yeah, so the idea there was, I was like, man, I don't have a sleeping pad. It is like in the teens at night. It's freezing cold. I didn't get any sleep. And we're like, well, we're right next to a road. We could hitch to Julian or hitch to Mount Laguna, and then we could get dropped right back off where we were, because the spot that we were camped was literally right on the road.
Mm-hmm. I was hurting a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, and it had been like rainy and cold and gross, but I remember Firecracker was in a tent, I don't know, 20 feet from us, and all morning we're all like, what do we do? Do we get out? It was windy, rainy, and eventually we saw like a speck of blue sky, and we're all like, let's just do it. Let's go out there.
And we started watching our videos that we had taken past few days, and we got stoked, and we were just like, well, let's go out there. It's so cool out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was tough, but the second we started moving, we're just like, why would we ever not do this? What were we thinking?
I think these are totally the things that you go through on the first few days of through hike.
Definitely, especially when it's cold at night.
Things are going to hit you hard
Freezing.
early on, but in reality, it's day 3. You're not far into it. You can take your time, work through those things. It's not, and we always had a good attitude about it. Anytime we were down and out, it just kind of was funny.
Right.
So these things are going to happen to anybody. We've heard so many stories of people that, in the first 30, 40 miles of the trail, things go really downhill. But most of those people that just stick with it and are patient will triumph. I mean, you just got to stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff
No
is
pain,
going
no
to
gain.
happen.
It's 50-mile-an-hour wind warnings and rain in the desert.
Yeah.
No higher than 40 degrees today. I don't have a sleeping pad, but we're just gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, good thing we are.
Look,
Look at this.
look.
We filmed it the wrong way, so you can't really see it.
It was such a cool area. though.
So cool.
So far, good decision. We'll see.
Got some more people on. Ed Skagit? I forget how to say it. We saw at Hearts Pass that had watched our videos, and he showed up in the minivan. He's on
He
here.
gave us trail magic.
He sure did. Hi,
Thanks,
Ed.
Ed. It was really good trail magic.
Oh god, so this is where we this is fun.
Menacing storm coming in.
Oh, this is great.
What was it?
Hearing
How's
some
that?
lightning.
Thunder.
No sleeping pad.
Hello.
The chair was so
See what
great.
happens.
Even just to have it in the
Couldn't fix
first
it.
like
Couldn't find them.
few sections, like having a trail was really, really nice after a long day and you're hurting a lot. Because the longer you go on the trail, like the less pains you have, at least for me. But in the beginning, having a chair was
Maybe that's the move. Maybe that's the camp chair move. Is like
so.
carry it for the first like 200 miles, just so you can take care of yourself better.
And then once you get your trail legs, you can send it home because you stop using it after a while because you don't care if you sit on a rock or whatever, or you just go right into your tent.
Interesting move.
Yeah, I think that's the move.
We should talk to Kyle Hates Hiking about camp chairs and how much Mariah likes them.
Yeah, I wish they weighed nothing. It would be ideal.
Sucks.
That was a really fun night.
I think so too.
It was pretty menacing. I was kind of nervous because I didn't have a sleeping pad. We were
What
also
is
in
it?
kind of.
It's a double.
we were we were kind of in like a drainage, and people were talking about like flash floods, and we're like, oh, this
Yeah.
could fill up. We were in like a riverbed.
We were in a riverbed. It was the first night that like the whole group of hikers that we were around for the rest of the trail. This was the first night that we were like all together camping in one spot. Yeah, and it was crazy weather. This girl River, she ran out of water, but she had olives and cheese,
Milk.
and milk that she was willing to share with all of us.
And I just carried so much water that I gave her water.
Yeah, she carried funny things.
Lila said I should wear the sun shirt while we do these fireside chats, and I agree. I have it. I did not throw it away. It's about as tall as I am. How far ahead is Rocket at this point? She's not ahead. They started
They haven't
like
even started.
I think they started like 5. No, they started on like the 15th, the 16th or something.
Something like
They
that.
started
yeah.
like a week and a half after us or something, and
They
they're-
started off doing like 25-mile days.
they're all fast and stuff.
Yeah. This is our first through hike.
But by the time that they caught up, well, they passed us, and then we
Mhm.
caught back up to them.
Yep.
I think.
We,
I don't know.
yeah, we all got together in Bishop, and then we all started. We started hiking first, and then they started hiking first, and then we caught up to them,
Yeah.
and then we were together ever since.
Full
A
rainbow.
complete double rainbow.
Kind of. There's one. There's the other one, kind of.
What does it mean?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're adorable. Yeah, and it started hailing. It was so cool. I love weird weather.
This was the only weird weather that we had the whole trail, pretty much. Except for coming into Mammoth. That's further down the road, though.
Hi.
Hi, Sam.
How are your legs doing now?
They feel fantastic.
All you need to do was walk.
Yeah, turns out, just walk it off. It works.
Quick
Yeah.
turnaround.
Now Sam's the one that's hurting.
And I don't have a sleeping pad. But our friend Paul was really nice to give me this little layer, so once my sleeping pad is fully deflated tonight,
Oh,
I'll have something.
Little cushion.
We could not find the hole to patch it up, so. But town tomorrow.
Town tomorrow.
Get everything we need. But dinner in the tent tonight.
Yeah, it's raining.
It's not raining. It's hailing.
This is what happens when you start in the beginning of March.
That girl River that we were just talking about, she was so happy because she started gathering all the hail up and melting it.
Oh yeah,
For
to make-
water.
yeah. Well, this lady that we're hiking with at this point, she didn't have the far out or the gut hook,
And refused to get it.
so she was just using paper maps. So she was missing every single water source and would roll in with no water. Somebody said I'm waiting for the January 10th to see if I can get one of the final. So it's 15 PCT no-go permits available for the dates.
And
I want to start. If that doesn't work, I'm going to do the AT. Yep, that's exactly how we were. You'll probably get it. Oh, I have advice.
Or if you just wait.
Yeah, I have advice on that. Don't panic if you don't get it on that day. Because honestly, by the time we had started the trail, I remember we were on the trail and I was still like watching the permit site or seeing the Facebook posts. By the time that we started, March 1st rolls around, they start opening up all over the place.
Yeah, people bail.
Yeah, once March 1st hits, you still have tons of time to find them because they get canceled out.
Even before
Every day.
that, because Sam got his before that. You just keep refreshing it like all the time. Keep checking to see if anything's opened up.
Yeah, Lila said that.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Yo, it's T-Hole. Hey! One of my old friends from Laconia said hey. That's cool.
Hey.
Yeah, Lila explained it. You can for sure get a PCT permit. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's really how it is. I mean, maybe no. You can if you keep an eye on it, you can pretty much
If you're
get
just
a PCT.
adamant about checking it every, multiple times a day, checking every month, and you'll find one.
Yeah, and I would say, and we'll get into this more as we get through the series, but don't settle for a southbound permit.
Never settle.
Because just do the AT. Don't go southbound on the PCT. Those poor people who probably quit their jobs, whatever, sold their stuff, and only got to hike like 400 miles of the trail before fires were everywhere. I guess some southbounders somehow kind of made it. But get a northbound PCT permit or do the AT, I'd say. Or the CDT.
Or flip-flop or something, I don't know.
Yeah, you can probably get really tricky with it.
Yeah.
The permits are not a thing to sweat about. From experience and being stressed out about the permits, I think that in retrospect, it's really not something to get too hung up on. It's going to work out, especially if there's only one of you. If it's one person and you're flexible on dates, just know start early March. Nobody wants those dates. Works out pretty well.
Or late too, but more
If
earlier
you start,
is better.
if you get one of the really late permits, hike really fast.
Really, really fast.
Garnet Mountain. I remember there was a blue blaze up to the summit of that, but we were in no business of doing extra miles yet. But it looked really cool.
And it was like less than a quarter of a mile.
It looked really cool up there.
It did.
Yeah. This was a cool day.
Really, really cool day. I'll go back. Trail squiggles.
Okay, it's day 5. It was so cold last night.
It's like 6:30 a.m. right now.
We got up and got going quick because we got to get to town. It was so cold, especially without a sleeping pad. Everything iced over. It was like mid-20s, low 20s.
Yeah.
Hail on the ground, whatever.
Everything's soaking wet. Our sleeping bags.
Yeah, we're soaked. So we have 13 miles that we're going to bang out quick this morning. And we'll get into Julian, try everything out, resupply some food, enjoy. Apparently there's
Sleep in a bed. That'd be cool.
apparently there's free pie. We'll see.
I'm really excited to have a full night's sleep and not wake up.
Yeah, Mariah's been very cold.
Every night.
Her sleeping bag liner is on
Doesn't
the way.
this seem like
and
we were
should
on the trail
warn
for like
her
a month?
spring, which is only another
This first section felt like
30 miles or
lifetime.
so in front of
Look how much clothing we have on.
Julian.
It was really cold.
Things
So
are good,
cold.
but cold. Everybody froze last night.
Yeah.
Just every night.
But we
it
did-
got so cold.
But we did have a campfire.
Don't tell people that.
Nice. Everyone sat around it. We shared stories and got to know other hikers.
We were very
It was very
It's
fun.
okay when it's
Bonding
snowing.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. And it's pretty out
I
here.
have a
still.
fire permit.
Oh, look at the hill.
I guess you're allowed to
Yeah.
do the designated camping areas there.
Yeah.
Good times.
It wasn't
Cool,
really
see you, Julian.
designated.
Bye.
Bye.
Bleh.
Water.
Water.
We don't even need it. Oh, with ice in it. We're going that way.
No, I didn't get a new
Almost
sleeping
there.
bag
Almost.
until Kennedy Meadows, which is messed up because I was cold.
Yours was terrible too. Not only was it a 20 degree, but it was like a. Here,
A not so good 20 degree. I think it was a North Face 20 degree bag. Synthetic, yeah, just not warm at all. And then ended up getting a fleece liner that didn't help at all. So pretty much every night I barely slept and was freezing cold.
But at least it wasn't hot during the days.
At least it wasn't hot during the days. But if that's one thing that I would go back and fix or change, would to get my 0 degree bag from the first night. I should have changed that right away. And I kept going like, oh, it'll warm up, I'll be fine. I never warmed up. It never changed.
I'll be right back. I'm making a drink.
And it's making a cocktail. Let's keep watching, shall we?
We're going like that way. 8 miles to Julian. Woo! Hi.
Hi.
Made it to Scissors Crossing.
Oh,
Got a ride
that's so
already.
great.
Rangel the Trail Angel. Bringing us to Julian. Got a cold beer under the bridge.
And an orange.
And an orange.
Under that bridge were a group of people who had been partying for like a week straight. Freezer's still open. And we got under and all these people were like, we've been here for days! And they were like trying to hitch rides back into town just to get beer to like come back. They were definitely like the party crew. It smelled like piss, it was gross.
I don't think some people never moved on from Scissors Crossing.
Yeah, I think they got vortex in the first town.
I mean, it was pretty great.
It was great, yeah. But I was like, I need to get to town. I want my pie. Oh, and then the night before that, we saw on Facebook that they were having a party at Scissors Crossing, and they were like, "Oh, we're having pizza and burgers and beer," and we're like, "We must make it." Of course, we didn't, but probably a good thing we didn't.
Right.
But the trail
Tons
magic
of
was
people hanging out under the bridge. It's a hot spot. They had a big party last night, beer and stuff. And pizza and
great. Burgers.
we didn't make it though. But we got a ride. We're going to town.
It took
Town
like
day.
3 seconds for us to get a ride. Didn't even have to hitch.
Nice.
It was hard getting a hotel in Julian.
Very hard.
We ended up having to pay for like a really nice one.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so worth it. I remember you took a shower, and it was your favorite shower you had ever taken.
Still is.
Like how
I remember how good it felt.
flat.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll never forget
Oh
that
wait, I
shower.
didn't know it. We're in Julian.
We're in Julian.
What is this town known for?
Pie. There's like 5 pie places. Everyone eats pie. They're very hiker friendly. Look, there's a sign over there.
Paul was there before the trail. He's like, "Why did I love pie? Like, I'm obsessed with pie.
First
It's so
time.
weird."
We can eat some free pie. It's gonna be awesome. We splurged. We got a hotel
Yeah,
room.
it's so cute.
Look how cute it is.
It's so cute. I'm gonna take a look at
You walk outside and boom, swimming pool.
It was like 40 degrees out.
The
Yeah.
works. This is our home.
We were like the
bar.
only ones there, it seemed.
Yeah.
There was a whole room that's just like, help yourself to all the
Julian.
snacks and bar. I'm like, okay.
Look at that one.
Oh.
First bite.
Free pie. Look at these things. Smoked brisket, cheese.
Those were crazy.
They're huge.
Mm-hmm. They're so
We
good.
got coleslaw we probably shouldn't have.
Some sauce. Beers.
Yum.
That's our first section. See you back on the trail.
Cool.
Oh, that's it. Oh,
That's it.
Isn't that fun?
That's pretty cool. How do I... There we go. Well, I guess that was it. I mean, what do you think? How was that first section of the trail? What are lessons learned from that before we get into that? Yeah.
Definitely should have gotten a warmer sleeping bag.
Mm-hmm.
Should have changed that from the first cold night. I should have realized that it wasn't going to warm up instantaneously. And I think I would have been in better shape because I was just cold and miserable every morning. Even though I'd always have a sunny disposition, it would have made hiking a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have had to carry so much clothing because I carried a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have been better off having a warm place to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think that first section was really cool. I had never backpacked in the desert. It's really not that deserty. It's the high desert, chaparral as it's called. It was really cool. I was immediately hooked on hiking in the desert. It was a blast. It was so different. And as we get further into this next Wednesday or whatever, you'll see that the desert really isn't just desert. We get up into some high mountains, tons of snow, and just some of the most gorgeous stuff from the whole trail. So yeah, I mean, it went pretty well, I think.
Yeah,
We made it.
definitely.
Night 3 was, I mean, I'll never forget night 3, right? Was it night 3? And my sleeping pad popped. And
No,
it was just,
yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget that night.
We were seriously considering going into town. Like,
Yeah.
going on seemed very miserable and out of the question, but just decided to do it. And the second we started hiking, it was totally fine.
It's a good lesson to learn
It
early
is.
on in the trail is when in doubt, just keep going.
Yeah, keep on keeping on.
And
You'll be
that's
okay.
kind of the attitude we kept for the whole trail. I mean, going into the Sierra in April, you know, it's kind of crazy. We
Right.
just kept going.
Just suck it up and appreciate it, and you'll have fun once you get going.
Ed says, I totally understand the one continuous footpath mentality, but I can't help but feeling that get through the Sierra, jump to Canada, and head south makes more sense, especially if you want to enjoy Washington. So I think you're right in a couple ways that the continuous footpath is something that people want, but it's something that I think they said like 10% of hikers on the PCT claim to have accomplished that, and the only way they did it was illegally this year, because
The Lion's Head
when we
closure.
went through, we only had one closure, and it was the Lion's Head closure, and we went around it, and we do know that people did go through it. So, and then after us, there was more fires everywhere, so there was never a point where the whole PCT was open this year, so the only way to have done it would have been to just illegally go in there, which I'm sure is fine, whatever. We just chose not to, especially doing the YouTube thing. Like, you know, we just want to be good stewards to the PCT and stuff and respect what they're asking for. So, and then the other side of that is getting through the Sierra, going up and heading south is something that if you want to enjoy the PCT and, you know, really just take it all in, that is a great way to do it. Your best bet other than that is to haul ass.
Yeah. And the year that we did it, they had a lot of unseasonably late snow.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to have gone through the Sierra and then gone up to
Oh
Washington,
yeah, we
and come
couldn't
down,
have even done it.
there would have been more snow. Yeah, we were worried the whole time that we were hiking north that there would still be snow.
We
As
probably
we
would've-
progressed, and there was a lot.
Yeah, we probably, if we had skipped after the Sierra and headed up, I think we would have hit more snow in the Cascades than what we were dealing with in the Sierra.
Right. And that's the whole reason we went and did the Oregon Coast Trail, was to kind of let the snow melt and give it more time, because we were really, really, really over snow.
There really
So-
wasn't even that much snow. I think we're just done. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Um,
Getting kind of warm by the fire.
yeah. I know it's January 4th here in New Hampshire, and it says it is 41 degrees out.
Yeah.
It is.
Been unseasonably
We're
warm.
having a strange winter here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if anybody has any questions about that section, feel free to drop it in the comments now. Once the video is uploaded, we'll try to respond to things. And if this is something that you enjoy, please let us know. Like it, share it, subscribe, whatever. We think it'd be really cool to kind of make our way through the PCT. I think we have like 30 videos though. So if we do it weekly, I feel like that's going to take a very long time. So maybe we'll do 2 a week or 2 videos per show.
Yeah.
We're going to work on it, figure it out, see what time works best.
Yeah. See
We
how
might-
this one goes.
Wednesdays are probably going to keep on. What time? We'll see if we have to adjust. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And then
let
one
us
day
know.
our
if-
documentary will come out.
documentary is coming very soon. It's very stressful. It's a lot of work. But I think that'll be something that people like. But yeah, please let us know what you think, if this is a good idea, if you guys enjoy chatting with us. And like I said, we only had, 20 people on here, but I'm sure we'll have more and be able to
Yeah.
communicate some more.
As long as you 20 people like it, we'll keep doing it.
Right? Got nothing else to do.
It's winter.
Yeah. Is there anything we missed on here on the chat? I think we're at about an hour. Especially when you had a really early start, yeah. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming
Yeah.
and doing this. And next week we'll also put out a thing on Instagram seeing if anybody wanted to ask any questions before the show. We'll do it again next week for those that can't make it. I think somebody did ask a couple questions that are pretty unrelated to the PCT, but we can answer them. What was it? No, we got a couple actually. All right. What are your go-to snacks?
Chips. I love chips. You can never have enough chips.
I'd say that like potato chips are one of the things that never get old. Really,
especially with like the high altitude, like that saltiness is really good for you. It replaces electrolytes and all that, and they're just delicious. At a
Lightweight.
crunch. Yeah, you can put them in your wraps. You can put them in your Nor sides. They're great.
They don't weigh anything. They take up a lot of space, but you can just clip them onto the top of your bag. It looks ridiculous, but I mean, it's.
Right. And if they get crumpled up, you eat them with your spoon. It's fine.
I'm trying to think what my favorite. Oh, I was helplessly addicted to peanut butter.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop. Once I realized they had the like squeezed peanut butter things, I'd just sit there all day just eating peanut butter out of the squeeze thing.
Yeah. Well, it is wild how much it fills you up.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like so hungry, starving, like but don't have time to stop for lunch and just squeeze some peanut butter and you're satiated for a while.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That was probably mine.
Yeah,
Chips and peanut butter, not tuna, not. What else did we get really sick of? I don't know. Everything.
It's actually funny. We had a box that got sent back to us that we never picked up. We just like looked at it. We're just immediately closed it. We're like, we cannot look at this food. It's like
Yeah, we have a whole box of hiker food right now.
it made me like nauseous looking at it.
Yeah,
Except for the juicy burst.
the little gummies.
Yeah, the
great.
gummies are good. I actually ate a few of those.
Yeah.
But I think we pawned most of it off to friends and family.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, because we sent a box ahead to Stehekin in Washington, and then we didn't end up going into Stehekin. So they actually just returned it to us, like, a week or two ago. And I opened it, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't even look at this.
It's all non-perishable. Like, it's all still fine, but...
It's just the thought of the tuna and whatever.
No thanks.
Alright, what trail shoes were you happy with most? So this is a tough one. We were actually talking about this a lot yesterday. I mean, Mariah had one type of shoe the whole way.
Yeah, so I really like Ultras. I started off with the Lone Peak 5s, and then I switched to the Lone Peak 6. And I loved everything about the shoes. I love them. They're wide in the toes. The tread lasts forever. The only problem is they blow out, like right, I can't like line up with the camera. They blow up right here on the shoe. It'd be like a couple 100 miles into the trail and the shoe is perfectly fine except for that one blowout. And then rocks and sand and mud would get into it. You know, it was a hole in my shoe. And it's like the shoe would have lasted, 3 times as long as it did. Because I'd want to replace it, especially when we're on the OCT and stuff. Cause,
On the sand.
yeah, the sand would just get right into it. And I'd wear gaiters, and the gaiters are pointless because I was just getting sand in my shoes. And then it would rub my socks, and my socks would get holes in them. So, Ultra, you need to step up your game with those.
And everybody knows this.
Yeah.
It's called the Ultra Tear. Like everybody has the same thing. I can't imagine how many people do the warranty through it because of that.
It's BS because the life of the shoe should be longer, and they're perfect otherwise.
My answer's a lot more complicated, but I'll blow through it really quickly. So I started the trail with Las Sportivas, which is not a common thing that you see on the trail. It's more of a trail runner's type shoe, I guess.
Climbing shoe too.
Yeah, like climbers who trail run use La Sportiva trail runners. That's just how it goes. But I loved them. I got all the way to Tehachapi, so mile 600, right around there. After using them for almost 100 miles at home, and they're in good shape. So I got almost 700 miles out of them, perfect, no complaints. And then this specific shoe was on back order, couldn't get it. So I got a pair of Solomons with my pro deal that I have, and they seemed okay. Solomons are a lot thinner. Going to the Sierra with Solomons, doing okay. Wear out those in like 500 miles, so I'm happy enough to get another pair. I get another pair. And at this point in the hike, I do the 24-hour challenge where I hiked 70 miles in one day.
You're never the same after that.
And just in general, at that point in the hike is when feet start to just get big and swollen, and the Solomons were way too thin. I couldn't wear them at all. And that's when I switched to Crocs. I hiked, I think, 400 or 500 miles in Crocs. I put micro spikes on Crocs in the snow.
And then we went to the OCT and you tried on sandals. And those worked well for you on that trail.
Yeah, and then at the very end of the trail, I did get a pair of Ultras, which I don't like Ultras. I know. Sorry.
He stopped complaining about his feet problems.
Yes, so I do enjoy them for the feeling of my feet. They're very wide. Well, I got the 9.5 wides. They were crazy. And I know this is unpopular opinion, but for me, they just the tread on them just does not work for me. I was falling all over the place. But whatever. Those got me through the rest of the trail. No big deal. So I used 4 different brands of shoes. I think I would try to get Sportivas lined up from the beginning of the trail in the future. But okay.
And I would like to have an Ultra that worked.
Well, so
didn't
Cal
care.
uses, Cal and Lila both use the all-weathers, and they say that they still breathe okay. And they were both using those shoes for a Cal used, correct me if I'm wrong, Cal, but I think they only used 3 pairs for the whole trail.
Something like that.
Maybe
They
2.
look like boots, though. I don't know.
The mid-tops do, but not the all-weathers. Lila wears the lows.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is one piece of gear you couldn't live without? So I'm just gonna go with our backpacks. Just because, just because there's no company that I was happier with, appreciative of than Hyperlite. And I know, people have opinions about Hyperlite, them changing to being, some of them are made in Mexico now, whatever. But as you'll see in the further videos, Mariah had pack issues. One of her packs ripped. I'm not going to get into it too in depth, but anyways, Hyperlite sent her a loaner pack while they fixed hers, sent us back hers, and ultimately let us keep the other one, so she had 2
Fit
packs.
better, yeah. And I was like, I'll buy it from you, the loaner pack. And they're like, just keep it. We'll send you the other one.
Yeah.
Cool. They had 2 backpacks.
And they were giving us, they gave us stuff at discounted prices. I'm still part of their pro purchase team. I'm a part of their affiliate program, and they've been amazing. So
Yeah, wonderful
shameless
to work
plug,
with.
but they're great, and I am planning on purchasing a new one for the future here.
Yeah.
So Hyperlite is one piece of gear.
And they're great backpacks. Not only is the customer service great, but I was totally happy with my backpack. Didn't want anything more or less.
Yeah. How long have you 2 been together, and how did you meet? How long have we been together? 3 or 4 years?
Like 3 going on 4, I think.
Something like that. And we met on internet.
Yeah. Tinder.
Yeah.
It's hard to meet people in the North Country.
There's not a lot of us around.
No.
So yeah, I don't think I ever talked to anybody on Tinder really. And then I was just like, hey, what's up? And I saw that you were on the PCT in one of your pictures, I think. And then we met up, started talking about the PCT, and the rest is history.
Been together ever since. Inseparable.
What types of jobs do you both do when not hiking? Well, so before the PCT, I was the director of an adventure company. It was called Alpine Adventures. They did guided ziplining tours, off-road tours. We did hiking, snowshoeing, all sorts of outdoor stuff. That was too much of a real job for me. I honestly just didn't like the commitment. I was working a ton and I was too stressed out. And at the time, Mariah was working at a restaurant. And I started working at the restaurant part-time with her while I was still doing my other job, and quickly realized that I was making more money in half the time of my other job. So I ended up quitting my big boy job, heading over to the restaurant, and this restaurant has been super supportive of us ever since. We both bartend, manage, serve there, and that's what we still do. For us, it's too good. It's too good. It's a touristy area. We work very minimal hours and honestly make a lot of money.
Yeah, so it allows us time to play in the mountains and a flexible schedule where we can leave for 6 months and it's okay.
Yeah, and YouTube's our job. All right, let's see. We got a couple more and then we're gonna finish this up. Are you looking forward to this as a weekly series? Says my father.
Thanks, Mike. Gold.
I treasure being able to shock you with cold beer at Hearts Pass. Yeah, that was amazing because I remember you walked up to us and you're like, I'm Scattered Ed or whatever, and I'm like, no way. Like, I recognize your name from commenting on our videos, and just right when we thought that we had no way to get out of Hearts Pass too, not that you drove us out of there, but there was nobody around, and you pull up with cold beer
and like really good stuff, like lots of cheese sticks, cake, like cupcakes, like all kinds of things.
That was an amazing way.
Apples, yeah, it was really
to
good
finish the
trailhead.
trail.
Yeah,
because that moment was more, at least for me, was more of the terminus than the terminus was. The terminus was amazing and we celebrated, But still, while we were sitting there at the
30 miles.
when we were sitting at the monument, I'm like, this isn't over. We still have another night out here. We still have to hike all the way back up this mountain and out. And I was like, I already know the terrain. It's hard. The weather wasn't great.
It's beautiful.
So I remember the day after we finished, we had 20 miles to hike to get back to Harts Pass. We went 10 miles from the monument south, camped, woke up at like 6 in the morning, and I remember I did 20 miles before 11 o'clock.
I was right behind you, yeah.
Yeah, I was just done. I was like, I am out of here. I am done. So I booked it to Harts Pass, like 20 miles like that.
We also had a baby squirrel with us, so we're like, what are we, you know?
Yeah.
I think that was the funniest part, like.
Yeah, well, we'll get,
Yeah. Everyone's like, how do you feel about the trail? I'm like, we have a squirrel. I have to figure out what to do with.
Yeah.
Couldn't even, like, soak it in.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was crazy because showing back up at Harts Pass, I felt like that was, I remember putting my pack down and being like, this is the time the pack is officially down on the ground. And that's when Ed showed up with cold beer. It just, I was like, this is too good.
And good beer, too.
So that was cool. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Ed. That was a treat.
I'm planning to hike in 24-25. Your series was so fun to watch. Thank you. Well, we're going to relive it over the next couple weeks, months, whatever. So hope you stick around. Did you ever get an endorsement from Crocs? No, but I want to work with Crocs because I think I have ideas to make the perfect through hiking shoe with them. I'm not going to release my ideas, but there's ways.
Did they send us one in the group chat? It was like the perfect hiking croc.
Yeah, I don't think it was real, but... Happy New Year, yeah. Julia. Hi guys,
Hi,
we miss
Julia.
you.
Hi, Corey.
Can we come visit next month? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you're always welcome here.
But the second part of that question, to shred the POW, there's no snow. There's literally no snow left. It's gone. It's been raining and 40 degrees for the last week. It's terrible.
But you can come anyways and go on the ski mountains.
Yeah.
They make snow that melts every day.
Oh, the baby squirrel, that was my favorite. I forgot his name. It was cute, I remember. Yeah, we named him Hermanus.
The Terminus squirrel.
Hermie.
Yeah, Hermie.
Yeah.
I think Lila came up with that. He's a good boy. He's doing great, by the way.
Alright, well, we're at an hour, so I think that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks so much for leaving questions, all that fun stuff. I wanted to test one thing real quick. Can I see a picture on here? Yeah, I think I can. Cool. I think everything worked. Leave comments if anything seemed off. We're using this broadcasting thing so I can share the screen and set it up like this. So let us know how that all worked. And we'll see you again next Wednesday.
Yeah, this has been fun.
It has been fun.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers!